but never mind. Dun, dun, dun. I like that tune. But the trouble is, what they're doing now is that they're going to remove that tune, and I'm so upset. So I'm going to tell them tomorrow they've got to keep that tune when I have a meeting with them. In the meantime, guys, thank you very much for joining me. What few shows we had today? Brilliant, really good. And I'm glad that the audience has gone up and all the ratings have gone up. Brilliant. Please keep it like that. But uh, now we got a wonderful person. I always like speaking to Emily.
I feel
And
the same.
I'm brilliant, really good. How are you? You all right?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really, really good. I'm actually in the last 10 days of launching my book. So it's been really fun. And I've been I'm excited. I can talk to you guys more about that too. But yeah, so I've been busy, but it's been fun. How are
Okay, so
you?
brilliant. I'm really good.
Good.
I've been out today. I went down the pub and
Nice.
I had a few drinks, three lager shandies. Got to be careful what I'm trying to say. So, so, but yeah, enjoyed the sunshine, got out. So, and I'll be glad when 11 o'clock comes. No, 11:30 comes tonight when I finish.
Yeah, long day.
Yeah, it's been a really long day doing this, and I've got another about three to do after this, and I can go to bed. I'm
Oh,
really
wow.
tired. But I want to talk about your book, and because you are now kind of like actually launching your book now.
Right.
Tell everybody about your book. Tell everybody where they can get it, and tell me more, please.
Yes, I'd love to. Okay, so my book is called Foundation, and I wrote it out of an experience that I had, a personal experience I had 5 years ago, where I worked myself into complete exhaustion, and that was in 2016. And I decided to dedicate 2017 to figuring out what happened, and how to get better, and then how to make sure that it didn't happen again. And it's funny that I say I dedicated 2017 to doing that. And the reason why that's funny is because I really couldn't get out of bed. So in a lot of ways, I really didn't have an option. If I was going to live a life that I wanted to live and not just be in bed exhausted, I needed to find a way to make it different. And so what I really feel like happened is that I, in that process, unlearned a lot of things, and then I learned new things that work. And so that was 5 years ago, and I've been doing these practices, and I call it mindfulness, and it's my way of explaining it. A lot of it is about connecting to present moment, and to me that's mindfulness is present moment awareness.
No, I like that. I like that about the present moment. And
Yeah.
I've been saying this to people all week. When the last time spoke, we spoke to be in the present moment or not. Can you explain that to everybody who's listening?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that that resonated with you, Steve. And it's really huge, but at the same time, it's so simple, almost too simple that we miss it. And I'll speak for myself that I did. And so what happened was, because I was so tired, and I mean, my brain shut down and all different things. So I really wasn't able to do much. I accidentally found the present moment. That's how I describe it. And what I found in present moment, and I'll explain a little bit more about what I think that um, is that I was suffering from anxiety that I didn't know I had, and it's at pretty high levels, enough so that my body shut down. And what I found in present moment is that I was able to sit and be still, and then I started to find myself naturally breathing, and I started to find relief from these feelings of anxiety, my thoughts of anxiety. So I was
Mm.
able to find relief in that space. And so then I started to be curious about it and wanted to explore it a little more, and thought that there was something to this thing that I'd been hearing about and sort of flirting with, but I'd never actually had a relationship, a personal relationship with present moment in my life. I was just flirting around. So, um, and so the best way I've been able to figure out how to describe present moment is that it truly is all that there is. Um, that it's where our body is, it's where we breathe, it's where our heart beats, it's where we think our thoughts, where we feel our feelings, where we all of our senses are there. Like we smell in the present moment, we hear, we see, all those different things. And we actually have all of the information only in present moment. And so what happens is, this is like super basic terms, and it's the best way I've learned, figured out how to describe it, is that we in our brains somehow think that there is other places to be other than present moment. So if we have thought forms, if we're thinking about past things, somehow in a strange way we leave present moment and go into this past place. Or we also do that with future. And actually Lao Tzu, I don't know if you've heard of Lao Tzu, but he was an ancient Chinese philosopher, and he's credited as writing the Tao Te Ching, which is this ancient Chinese wisdom. And he says that
I've,
if
I've,
you, what?
I've heard of somebody else called he tells Confucius.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So they were around the same time. And so Lao Tzu says that if you're focused in the past, you'll be depressed. If you're focused in the future, you'll be anxious. The only time you have peace is in the moment, he calls it.
Right.
And so what happens is how I look at it, and what I call daily suffering is caused when we become disintegrated. So if we're integrated, our body, our breath, our heartbeat, our thoughts, everything is in alignment and integrated in present moment, then our body and our whole being knows that that's the right place to be. The minute our brain goes past or future, we become disintegrated, and I call it dis/integrated. And somehow our body and our being doesn't really like that, and it knows that that really isn't the best place to be, and so we start to feel these other feelings that aren't great. And so that's the best way I've learned how to describe it. And the most basic way to describe it is that the present moment is actually all there is. We just forgot, or we just never knew, and we're needing to learn it for the first time. And so I accidentally learned that, and it was so profound for me that it was just really what I did of all of 2017, was just trying to learn and understand. And I started to feel better and better. And there was all the, what I would say, like this magic stuff that was happening for me. I was just getting these insights, and I just felt so much better, and all these different things. And so I started to just, that was just my practice all through the day. And then in 2020, I started to get in my mindfulness space when I was being quiet and breathing. I started to get these ideas and these inspirations, and I started to write them down. And then I realized it was the book. And so then I wrote my book last year, and it's all about my experience. But it's not just that, because that's great. You know, you can read a book about somebody else's experience. But I really believe that if I'm able to guide someone to the space that I found, then they can find profound things and have changes in their life and find relief from the things that they need relief from. And so that's essentially my book, but it goes a step further because there's actually meditations that go with it. So not only am I sharing my story and my thoughts about it and then sharing tips and ideas, but then we're also actually doing it together. So that I feel like it's more of a transformative thing. It's like if you're a personal trainer and you were taking someone to the gym and you were saying, like, here's the treadmill, this is how you turn it on, and then you just leave the gym. You don't actually get on the treadmill. And so I was like, I want to like take you to the gym, turn the treadmill on and be like, okay, get on the treadmill and see how it feels and make this your thing. So, yeah, so that's my book in a nutshell. And so if you are experiencing anxiety or feelings of overwhelm and stress and things like that, and you're wanting to find some relief, I call those things like daily suffering. It's like this moderate to low grade sort of stress all the time. Or if maybe you're feeling more like I was, like you're heading towards burnout or exhaustion, or you are there maybe already, or you're somebody that's curious about self-care and has heard about mindfulness and has maybe even done a little bit of it, like me, like you flirted with it a little bit, but you haven't really, it hasn't become, you don't have a relationship with it yet.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Brilliant. Really good. Really good. And I thought when you was talking just now about all the power hours and all that, like, I'm thinking, oh no, she's got into a physics lesson, you know. But no,
Not me.
no, it's quite good. I love it. I love it to hear about your book and everything. Now, if people want to get your book, is your book out now in the markets or
Yeah.
shops or
So,
anything?
yeah. So the best way to get it right now, honestly, is to go to my website, which is emilierawlings.com. And because they'll get a link to buy the book, then they'll also get the meditations for free.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
they'll get everything. And that's like that until June 25th. They can do that.
June
Yeah.
25th. So
Yep.
guys, you got to move your butts and get this
You
book.
got to get it.
You got to get this book. Yeah, and be mindful. And sorry, be mindful.
Yeah, it'll be available after that, but you just won't get the meditations for free.
Well, that's terrible. That's terrible. That guys, it's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
I
But
want you to get it for free.
we want to get it for free. Now, the trouble is also with your book. Um, do you kind of like what people's since you've started? You've been about like I don't know about 2 or 3 weeks, and people's asking. They're saying, "Would it be possible if we could get her on sometime and we could do like a meditation thing? You know what we were doing the other day, breathing exercises
Oh, yeah.
and things like that." And lots of people were kind of like saying to me, I was getting loads of messages, and they're saying, "Yeah, okay, I'll ask." And will you be able to do that sometime with us?
Of
Where
course.
because I think some of us need it, and we could kind of like do that and do something about that because I think everybody's kind of like getting on my plate at the moment and asking me. So I thought I'd tell you, ask you. So,
Yeah, I would love that. Just like what I said before, because it's all well and good to talk about it, but present moment is meant to be experienced.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where you really learn what it is, not talking about it.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
I
I
love that.
remember I had a present moment before, but it wasn't that. It's when I fell in love with with my partner, well, with my wife now, and that was
Yeah.
my present moment. But the trouble is, we also get other present moments, like when it's like meeting new people, new friends, whatever, or doing different other things. And the trouble is, how often can we be in that present moment?
Right. Oh, I that's a really good question. Um, so I what I found is that it is a practice, and it is something that you can get better at, and I like to look at it as an experiment, really. So I'm just trying different things to see what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and all of that. And the thing about it is I actually started to call it micro moments. So if you just take a moment and you kind of recognize, oh, I'm feeling not connected to what's going on around me right now, because honestly that's what mindfulness is you're aware of what's going on around you fully. You're not distracted by thoughts. So if you're starting to feel a little disconnected from what's going on around you and you want to be connected, then I just usually do what I call grounding, where I'll just like touch, like if I'm sitting in a chair, I'll touch the chair, or I'll become aware of like what's going on with my
Mm,
body. Like, is it warm? Is it cold? And I'll just take some deep breaths. And I actually call those
mm,
micro moments. And you can literally do that in a moment. You can do that in a second. You can do that in 2 seconds. And sometimes I'll do that throughout the day. And what I found was that as I started to string these moments together, I was having longer and longer periods of time where I was like fully in present moment. And it is a moment by moment thing, so it can change in the next moment. So if we can find a way to be gentle with ourselves and be kind to ourselves and just look at it as a game or as an experiment, look at it like a child maybe, or like a scientist, however you want to look at it, just be like, okay, I'm feeling like I want to be more connected to present moment right now, so I'm going to take a deep breath, whatever the thing is that works for you. So Steve, that was a super good question, and it's really, really important because it is fleeting, and so we do need to develop a practice.
mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, totally agree. And the trouble is, I find is like I remember going to I don't know if I told you this story, but I remember going to this group once, and they said, right, it's all about the mind, Steve. This is my friend of mine. She said, you've got to come to this group. It's going to be really, really good. And I thought, oh my god. And she was a bit of like not gypsy. She was a bit of a strange person, but
Yeah,
okay, okay. And I
little like
thought,
fringe person, like I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, yeah. But she was a bit of a what can I say, into bell ringing and
Yeah,
chanting and stuff like that. So,
yep.
and I never knew nothing about this. So anyway, off I went, and she said, park. She said, I'm going to park here. You go up, and all these people were in. Well, I'm sitting on the floor, shoes off and everything, and I'm thinking, oh my god. They said, cross your legs, and all of a sudden they were going,
Oh, they were chanting.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it was like, and I was just kind of like, I was just thinking, oh god, I don't want to be here, don't want to be here. Next minute they go, it said, right, look into your stomach, and I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna look into my stomach, and breathe in and breathe in, and okay, I took it as a bit of fun, and I couldn't stop laughing all over the session. But when I came to the end, and I was watching what was going around me, and what was happening around me, I felt a sense of calm, and I felt like, hmm, this is good
Mm-hmm.
because it's actually, even though I'm really laughing about it and think it's funny, it's relaxing me, right? And my friend said to me, you know what, Steve? I've been seeing you laugh for around about 3 months or so. So thank you very much. And I went up to the person who was leading it. I said, look, I've got to apologise, but I thought it was funny. But when I came to the end, I was took it really serious, and I'm going to come back again. And I did come back a few times, and I loved it. Then it was, but that was it. After that, I didn't want to carry on with it. But it was, what can you say? It was not for me. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I love that you shared that story because there are so many different ways to access present moment, and that's one way, and the different layers of whatever they did in that
Mm,
place of where you were, and that totally works. There also are other ways, and so my desire isn't to give someone a specific way. It's to lead you to a place, give you some tools to access present moment, and then you can play around with it and decide what works for you. And
mm,
maybe that does work for someone, and it does. I mean, it does, because there's people all over the
mm,
world that do that. And then maybe there's other things that work for other people, like you actually mentioned, being with your wife, being with friends, being with family. Actually, that is a way to really connect to present moment, is to be with others that you care about, that actually, if you think about it, you know, like if you're having a conversation with someone you really care about, or if you're doing something, you know, like a social activity, you're really engaged in present moment. And so there's so many different ways that this can show itself. And it's just really fun to start to become aware of those things and then like do them on purpose, knowing that that's a really good space to be in. So I love that you mentioned that. That's really cool.
I care about everybody. I think, you know, I think we live in a world where at the moment lots of big stuff is going on. And I think because of my faith and my belief, I think we kind of like need to be, let's forget about all the fighting
Oh
and,
my gosh.
and all
Yeah.
the rubbish and all the negative stuff. Let's all be as one.
Right.
Let,
Hey, Steve, I have something I want to share with you. It's exactly about this. Okay, I'm super excited. Because last week, one of the ways that I connect to present moment is I walk and I just think and be out in nature and all that. And that's actually really natural for many people. They feel like they can really be in that space. So I was out on this walk last week and I felt like I had this aha moment where I realized what causes all suffering. And then I also realized what is the solution. So, what causes all suffering is separation. And I saw separation, 4 different kinds of separation. The first separation was separation from source, separation from God. And then the second layer is separation from our soul, our true self. And then the third one is separation from present moment, which we've spent a lot of time talking about today. And then the fourth one is separation from others, which is what you've been really, you know, highlighting today as well. And then the solution is connection to those things and those 4 things. And for me, the way that you get connected to all 4 of those things is through present moment.
well, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, whether it's in prayer with God or meditation or just quiet stillness with
Yeah.
nature or whatever the things, all those things, if you can do all those 4 layers, and you're not going to probably do all the 4 layers all the time in every way. Like I said, it's a practice. We're learning, we're trying, we're experimenting. But as you can do that, and the beautiful thing is, for me at least, that and I wanted to really point this out because of what you said about separation and the stuff with other people, is that what I find is when I'm connected to my source, which many call God, and I'm connected to knowing who I am. So I have an understanding of connection of my intrinsic value. And then I'm connected to present moment. Out of that naturally comes love, flows in that space. And then that naturally flows then to other people. So it all flows together. It's like the love starts with source, with God, and then it flows through all those other areas, and then it starts to flow out to other people. And what I realized is you can't look at the world and react and be interacting with the world in 2 different ways. You have a lens of some kind that's between you and the world, and you can't have 2 lenses. You can only have one. So I was like, why not choose the love lens? Why not look through the lens of love when we can, when we're able to, and bridge this gap that we have with other people? Because honestly, when we look at other people as different than us, as threats to us, all those different things, it actually causes us suffering. We
Well, yeah, of
actually
course, yeah.
suffer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're entirely right, and I think you nailed it on the end. You know, and I think you know, as I keep saying, you know, and I said it to with my friend of mine yesterday on another show. I said, look, you know, at the end of the day, this world needs to wake up to what's happening around us, and I think we should all come together because we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the following day or the next day.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not, and
It's not
it's
worth
not,
it.
you know, it's not worth it. We got to live, you know, we got to live in the present moment. We got to live now, and we got to start kind of like thinking about ourselves, and kind of like, and also kind of like really start loving ourselves too. You know what I
Loving
mean?
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I believe that that's where it has to start, honestly. So, what I believe is once we are connected to our source, which is love, I believe that God is love, source is love. we're going to start to understand that we are loved,
Mm.
and we'll be able to accept that more, and we'll be able to believe that more. And then we can only then love others, because that's all there is for us, because we are feeling loved and accepted.
Well,
So
it
we
says,
naturally will love and accept other people.
yeah, well, it says in the Bible, doesn't it, love one another. So,
Yes.
and that's what we need to do, and
Yep.
sometimes there's people out there who are, you don't want to be, it's like some people contact me and say, um, I know you don't like me, right? And I said, no. I said, this is it. It doesn't mean I don't like you. I love you in the Lord. Um, but that's it. And
Right.
so my enemies, so what I say, that's what I say to my enemies, right? So I say that I love you in the Lord, and that's it. And I don't, to my enemies, you kind of like done wrong to me, say, yeah. So that's what I do, and I've had, I remember kind of like had a relationship with somebody a while back who was a Christian also, but she was a bit, what can I say, very confused lady, and she kind of like thought to herself that her in a moment is being kind of like worshipping things that you can't even think about.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it was totally wrong. It was totally what she was doing was totally wrong. And I had to get out of that relationship very quick.
Right. I mean, you need to do what's best for you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
self-care. That's
yeah. And that,
self-care.
of course, it is
Yeah.
self care, but also I
Yeah.
was in that, I was in that moment where, oh my God, I love this woman, but I need to get out of it.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
that's
And it's
hard.
tough, and it's tough sometimes, isn't it, when
Yeah.
you're in that present moment and you're thinking, what am I going to do? But at the end of the day, we got to make decisions, and sometimes we got to keep to them, don't we?
Right. And what's really helped me too is to understand that others don't need to be different for me to be okay. Like, I don't have to change someone else for me to be okay. And however they need to be for themselves right now, is fine. They can be what they need to be for themselves, because I really believe that we all have our own journeys
Mm.
and our own stories, and no one knows what it feels like to be Emily. No one knows. No one
No,
else.
no.
No one else ever in the history of humans. No one else knows what it feels like to be Steve.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so maybe people can be empathetic and they can be compassionate and they can try to understand, but they still won't ever understand. And so I've been really trying to be in a space where I'm like, I don't really understand, what you're doing right now, the choices you're making, but it's okay. I don't need to understand in 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 order to love you. I can still love you and want the best for you, even though I don't understand what you're doing. And
yeah,
that
yeah.
has,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. I think that's totally right. I think we need to kind of like also stand back sometimes and think what's going on. Now,
yeah.
next week, I really want to talk about being in the present moment when you're in a relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That'd be great.
People are kind of like asking me about that, so
Sure.
I thought, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
And anyway, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
That was really, really good.
That was
Uh,
great.
we've got around about 20 questions, but unfortunately, I'm doing back-to-back interviews tonight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have I
No
got,
time.
sorry, have I got till 10 o'clock? Okay, let's take some questions. Here we go.
Great.
Rosemary, hi Steve. Love your show nearly every week. Would it be possible if you say hi to Ems? Hi. Um, is she on every week? Yes, she is on every week,
Yep.
and she just joined us. Yeah, really, really good.
Hi,
Um,
Rosemary.
yeah, she'll be on each week. Yeah, brilliant, really good. Um, where can I get a book? Yep, you can get a book on our Facebook site. Will they actually go out into like bookstores and stuff? Your book?
You can get it on my website, emilie.rawlings.com. And then you'll get a link. Honestly, it should also be available on Amazon.
Right.
It's called Foundation Love, Mindfulness, and Meditation.
Right. There you go.
The reason why I'm sending them to the website is because then they can get the meditation piece for free. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure you do get it for free. Because
yeah.
You haven't got long to go, honestly.
June 25th.
You got till June 25th, and that's it. No more freebies. No. I know, but I can't help it. It's screw. She's screwed. You know what I mean. Yes.
You can still get it, but I want to do it now. I want to. I
Yeah.
really, you know why? I want to give people that really get it, and that are really excited and buy it. I want to give them a gift.
Yeah.
So
I gotta buy one. I gotta buy one. People. I don't get anything free on this planet. Which I haven't at the moment. I haven't got it. Need to do it. Steve, would it be possible if you could kind of like have M's every back? We do. We are having M's on every week. We are sorting different topics out. We got things planned. She doesn't even know that yet, but we are. But
ooh, I like
we,
surprises.
we're kind of like sorting things out at the moment.
Cool.
Where are you from, Ems? Are you from the UK or are you from USA?
Oh, I like this question because I was born in Canada, and then my family moved to Washington State, so the west coast of the U.S., and I now live in New York, the East Coast. And my father is British, and he's from Birmingham, and I have family. I have family there, so I love every person. I love everybody. I love the UK. I love Britain. I love England.
Birmingham. We're about how many miles away from Birmingham we are? We're about 120 miles away from Birmingham.
Yeah, and then my family lives in the Portsmouth area now.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And actually, I visited somewhere near you. I was in Dorset.
All right. Yeah. Dorset. Yeah.
So I was close. We didn't quite get as far down to you, but
damn. Next time when you come
next time. Oh, I get there as much as I can. So I'm hoping to get there again soon after COVID and everything.
Yeah. What you got to do is get a rowing boat and just go over quick. Get a rowing boat. Tell your husband to get your rowing boat.
Yeah, that would take a long time. I don't want to do that.
Okay, here we go. Can you tell us more about yourself, Ems? Are you married? And with children, whatever. God, you're a nosy lot, ain't you?
I don't mind. It's Nosy Parker.
Yeah.
So my maiden name is Parker, and so my nanny would, she would always call us Nosy Parkers. So I'm used to it. It's okay. Steve already knows some of the stuff, and if you guys have listened before, so let's see. The big things are I married my high school sweetheart, so we started dating when we were 16.
Oh, it's love, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we'll be married 30 years next year, 30. So that's a big deal.
How did you put up with her, by the way?
How does he put up with me?
Yeah.
He puts up with me. He thinks I'm cute. And then I have two.
Let's move on.
What?
Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, and then I have two grown kids.
Yeah.
One's 28 and one's 25. And I've danced my whole life. And done lots of other things, but that's like the basics.
So Claire wants to know, gosh, you've got older children. You must be, that's rude. That is definitely rude. You must be 70.
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite, but she's getting there.
We all are, really.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Are you a full-time housewife or do you work? Don't be nosy.
That's funny. I don't mind answering if you don't mind. Yeah, so I'm I guess what I call an entrepreneur. So we have a bunch of different businesses. We have a construction business. that I help manage, and then we have like a rental business, and then I do a lot of I'm what I call a creator. So I'm writing blogs, I'm doing lots of social media. So I'm creating courses. So I do a lot of that with most of my time, honestly. It's really what I do with most of my time now. I say that I'm like retired. So that's kind of what I'm doing with my time.
You're not 65 yet, are you? Too much
No,
time left?
no,
No, okay.
not for a while.
Steve, congratulations on the position in the charts. How did you get there? With damn hard work. That's what. That's
Yeah.
what.
Hey, Steve, I have a question about that. What are these charts that you're talking about? Because I don't really know what they are over here.
It's like viewing charts. It's like podcast charts, viewing charts. So
Yeah.
they got two different things. You got the radio one or broadcast live one. So in the broadcast live one, we're about fifth out
Well,
of many thousands, which I'm very proud of, and we only started last year. On the radio, we're around about, I think we're number three.
that's
The last
amazing.
time I looked, yeah. So
That's awesome.
so we're doing quite well. We're doing quite well.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's a lot of hard work.
it was a lot of hard work when we first started. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was, and but I love every minute of it. You meet new people and you become friends and everything. And I've been invited to all different places. The other day I was invited to a wedding in Australia, I think it was.
Oh man.
I've been invited to. Oh, you name it. I've been, but the trouble is, it's kind of like I'm so busy at the moment. It's unbelievable. Then I do TV stuff, and you don't want to know. Um, okay, what else we got? Richard, would it be possible, Steve, if I could get one of your books? What my book? Yeah. Yeah, my book's it's called Never Give Up, and we're supposed to put it out last year, but it's not out at this moment in time. It will be on December the 6th, which is my wedding anniversary, but also my birthday. So,
Oh, awesome.
and someone's saying here, so Steve, why did you get married on your? Ah, no, I got married on my birthday, so I won't forget. So there you go. Um, hi Beth. Hi Beth. You, hi Beth. Um, if you do kind of like a lot of podcasts, do you do a lot of podcasts and stuff with other people?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, and what I try to do is on my website, I try to have like links to all those. So you can, watch all the different ones, like watch the ones with Steve, and then I have a couple other ones, and I have, yeah, because I'm excited to tell people about my book and things. So, and my
Yeah, yeah,
my mission is to basically start a movement of rapturous love. So I gotta talk to people about it.
yeah, yeah. You keep spreading the love.
Spread
I was
the
like,
love.
I was like saying, what's it, wherever it is, what was it they said? You gotta spread the love, man. Something. I don't know. Well,
I don't know. I like it
don't take
though.
the notes from me. Right, okay. Some more, please. Oh, yes, Glennis. And how are you? Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, and it gets well better soon. Um, Keith. Hi, Beth. What a lovely person. Um, your your um your husband is a lucky man to have you.
Oh,
Um,
thanks.
I think there's some flirting going on here. Can you
Maybe. I'm
can you keep
happily married, but I'm lucky too.
yeah, please keep your flirting to yourselves, please. Not to any of my guests or to any of the presenters. Um, hi, Steve. Um, what's your plans for the next year or so? I live day by day because you never know. Also, I Beth, when you're back on again, she's on next week, next Tuesday, same time, same place. Um, I sorry, no, I'm talking about what else is it? What we're doing and M's. Oh, here we go. Ems, where did you meet your partner, T? And was it true love?
We met in school. Actually, we met when we were 13 years old. I moved and I started to go to school where he went to school. So we met when we were 13, but we really didn't know each other and get to know each other till we were 16. Um, and it was pretty much when we were in a class together at school when I was 16. Um, it was pretty quickly that I was I thought he was pretty special.
Yeah, and what your children? Do they live at your? Do they live home at your place?
No, no, they do live in town with near us though, so that's nice.
All right, okay. And the only time you see them if they want anything, is that right?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, that happened to my kids and happened to
Pretty much.
everybody.
Yeah, my son, if he's hungry, if he's like really, really, he's like, "Hey, mom,
Yeah, or they
let's
want their
hurry up."
wash, or when they want their washing done or something, innit?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah, I
it's
know.
nice. I don't mind.
Oh yeah, I used to do it to my mum when I was at university. I used to do that. But she said to me, she said, "You got a pair of hands, and you can open a washing machine." And I said, "I do it. I don't even do it in my house here because my wife don't trust me with a washing machine." Do you go?
I think you made it that way, Steve, so you don't have to do the laundry.
I do not. I do not. I do not deal with any laundry. I am a nightmare
That's funny.
because she just told me because I'm a man. Yeah, well there you go. But the trouble is, see, what you got to realise is, I remember when my wife kind of like bought this brand new carpet once, lovely carpet, really, really good. Okay, and the trouble was, I was coming back from football and I forgot to take my boots off.
Oh no.
So So it was like 15 minutes. I know, I can't remember how long it was down, but it was down for a short time or something. I walked in the house. She must have been somewhere. I don't know where she was. Went in the house, and all of a sudden, I thought, shocking. Um, damn. And I was on the floor trying to get it out, get it out, get it out.
Ugh.
And she come in, she went, "My bloody carpet off." And I think, darling, you know that I love you. I will sort this out for you. She said, "You better get scrubbing, or you can buy me a bloody new carpet," she said. And I thought to myself, okay, okay, calm down, calm down. Next minute, what I didn't realise is that she had a liner as well in the kitchen. So as I came in, I made a hole in the liner.
Ugh.
But anyway, but what I'm trying to say is this, that we all make mistakes, we all get on life, and at the end of the day, let's be as one. Thank you very much for joining me tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you for having
That
me.
is that is brilliant. Just talking dribblish, talking. I don't know. We're just passing the time away.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm going to be back for about 10 o'clock, guys. I got the wonderful um, uh, Angela Johnson. Yeah, really, 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 really good. I forgot her name, and she plays piano, and she's a really good artist. And hopefully that's going to be good. Then after that, I've got another one. Then I can go to bed. But don't forget, guys, please follow Ems. I call her Ems, but she'll tell me off later on.
No,
I
I like
remember
it. It's
first.
great.
I remember first meeting you on here, and I spelt your name wrong, and you went, "Oh, no, that's not my name." And I says to Michelle now, I says, my wife, I go, right, but I'm putting your name down. I said, now, how do you spell her name?
It's
Anyway,
spelled differently, but I like M's. I like that.
yeah, okay. Okay, Ems, thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.